Boom. What are you saying?
Boom.
Episode 3.
Episode what?
Technically episode 3.
But why is it episode 3?
Because the first episode, bit of a... why are you laughing? Yeah, basically, the first episode, Bendif, why is that not up?
You know when something dies, you just have to let it go. So it's just, you just have to let it go.
You know what?
I think it's a good thing to say that we only provide good content.
Yeah, I know. And I think you were very excited to put it up. I was next in line as quite excited to put it up.
1 to 10, yeah. The day we recorded it, out of 10, did you want to upload it? On the day.
The first episode?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was leaning more to uploading it, I can't lie, because it was a thing of just put it up, who cares? Okay,
but was it for the fact that you just wanted something out there, or was it...
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily proud of it. But this is the thing. You have to start somewhere, innit?
You do have to start somewhere.
Get me?
But how do we know if we're doing well or not? How do we know if people are liking what we look like, what we're talking about?
We asked Neymar in the background.
That is true. Neymar. And
but listen, you know, now that the this is episode 2 that's actually been published, okay? When you watched back last week's one, which is our first episode, I think it might be a bit different for you, but what did you notice about yourself?
I was a lot more quieter last week because, like I said, I don't think I had the best of weeks. But I feel like a lot more value came out from it because I spoke in a more not monotone, but I spoke in a more real manner.
Real you?
Yeah.
Is that to say in previous environments you've kind of felt like you had to force it?
Yeah, because sometimes I just feel like if I don't speak as loud as I can speak, that nothing much will come out of the whole production of that content.
That's so true. And
that's crazy, isn't it?
It is crazy. But I noticed a lot about myself as well, you know.
What did you notice?
Like small mannerisms. Like when I speak, how often I will take pauses, how often I would like pause to just think that I would never really have known. I saw this thing online about a couple weeks, maybe even a month ago. It was like, record yourself speaking for 5 minutes and watch it back. And you'll like clock small aspects of your mannerisms that you would never ever know.
Do you think, another thing that I think I realized as well is sometimes I can speak and not be concise, and that can be so problematic.
I haven't noticed that about you, but I think that is a big problem for me as well. I downloaded this app called Elevate. Shout out Elevate, free promo. Elevate. And it basically, it's for you to pick the right words and translate your thoughts into words in a more succinct way.
Do you speak into it?
No, you don't speak into it. To be fair, I haven't explored it too much.
Okay.
But I'm the exact same. I feel like I struggle to translate my thoughts into words.
You know what's mad actually? This week I had a day where it was an assessment day. I'll just say it out there. Innit?
Okay.
So I had an assessment day this week.
Can I just say, is this something you're going to regret saying?
No, it's not going to be something I regret saying. No, I had an assessment day.
Okay.
And
for what?
For a role somewhere.
Okay.
And yeah.
I hate assessment days.
Huh?
I hate them.
Is it? Why?
Yeah. But sorry, carry on first. I'll tell you why after.
Okay. So it was like where you do the whole group interview thing and people are together and then everybody says their strengths and weaknesses and something they've done and whatnot. And after the whole day, I got some really valuable feedback from that.
Okay.
Like even myself, I went into it with like an open mind. Like I didn't really want to take this role because I just felt like it might not be for me or whatever. But at the end of it, they basically measured like my presentation skills and like how. Why are you laughing?
That's Neymar's fault. I'm sorry. No one can see me in the background, but no, that was flipping hilarious. Sorry. Carry on. They measured your. I'm sorry. Carry on. They measured your presentation skills.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, they were just doing. Okay. Anyway, anyway, yeah. At the end of it, at the end of everything, they said a few things to me, and they go to me, "Oh, I'm not as concise as I should be." Because I just like elaborate too much and speak too much on a point.
So you say words that are not needed to get your point across.
Yeah, sometimes just to fill in the time.
That's so interesting.
Because we had like a 3-minute timer.
Yeah.
And the point that I had was very strong. I just carried on speaking about that point.
Interesting, bro. I hate assessment centers.
Why?
You know, like when I graduated, what's the first thing you do when you graduate? You look for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
You look for graduate jobs.
Yep.
And I remember like people were proper on it, man. Because I did economics. People wanted to get into investment banking, this, that. And they'd have to like do applications in 500 words, explain why we should pick you.
Yeah.
Did it. I was quite good at that stuff. But it got to a point where I was like, I can't keep answering 500 words 500 times. Like, I don't care.
Do they change the questions?
As in, yeah, different companies have different questions.
Yeah.
But, bro, I literally said to myself, since that day till now, if I want to do something and there's an application process for like a job and it says in 300 words, describe why I don't care. Wallah, I'm not applying there.
Yeah.
No chance.
It's difficult. It's difficult. Selling yourself is difficult as well. Would you find that difficult?
Yeah. I do. But you know what?
Without sounding obnoxious, like it's so hard to like sell yourself without sounding like overly obnoxious. I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah.
I'm great at this, I'm great at that.
Mm.
Yeah, literally. It is.
I've never really felt like that. Like, if I'm applying for a job and I'm saying I can do this, I always see it as I can do this. Like I've never felt like I'm really showing off of it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Yeah.
Go on.
Have you ever lied?
Have I ever lied?
Yeah.
In like a job thing?
Like a job thing. Yeah.
100%.
Okay, give me. Don't go too far, but just give me one thing that you've lied about to get a job.
One thing I've lied about to get a job. Do you know what it is? It's more like you'll do a small aspect of something and then you will just exaggerate it.
Okay. Like?
For example, if I gave like a talk to 10 people, I wouldn't say 10 people.
Okay.
I gave a talk to large groups, that kind of thing.
So you mask it.
Yeah. What's large?
Yeah. It just depends.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's subjective. What about you? You're a liar.
No. Have I ever lied to get a role? No.
You're such a liar.
No.
Bro, it's okay, man. Like
no, I'm telling you, no.
You've never lied?
Never
You've
lied.
never masked?
I've masked, not lied. Not like...
What have you masked?
I have previously... No, actually, I've masked it in a way in which I've said, I've done this all by myself. No, I've done this, but I didn't say I did it with the help of other people. Do you get what I'm saying?
You have to, bro.
Yeah, because otherwise it's impossible. The market right now...
Everyone lies. So if everyone's like making themselves seem better,
yeah,
what hope do you have if you don't?
Yeah. I was going to ask you one more question, actually. You know, with regards to like jobs and the whole job market and whatnot, how easy would you say it is to say that it's a experience-based economy, depending like instead of it being an economy based off like academia or how easy is it for you to say that?
How easy is it for me to say that?
Yeah. Like, do you believe that that's the case? Of course,
yeah.
So you think it's 100% an experience-based economy?
I think so, yeah. Like, obviously everyone knows there's certain subjects that you need to study for, like medicine, dentistry, law, all that stuff. But, bro, generally speaking, put yourself in a hiring person's shoes, yeah? Let's say you need something done and there's someone there that can do it for you and hasn't really got good academic qualifications or whatever, but they can do the thing for you. Yeah. Do you care?
You know one thing, I've never thought about applying for jobs from the other person's perspective. Ironically.
That's strike 7, by the way, of the last 3 weeks.
You see, last week actually I said it quite a bit.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but I've never thought about it from the hiring person's perspective. I've always thought from my side of, I just need to do this. But you're right. If you're able to do the job, that's the only thing that's required.
Exactly. If I need someone to build my website, and this is actually funny because people that do like computer science here, I used to think as soon as they leave, uni, they can code. Yeah. But it's really not the case. Like, if I want someone to build me a website and there's someone that got 10 A stars, got 4 A stars at A level, got a first class, but can't code.
Useless.
Do you know what I mean?
But how? How can you finish university without knowing how to code if you've done like computer science?
That's what I used to think. I used to be like, huh?
So you're being serious? People can come out from university
Yeah.
with a
They
first.
Yeah. They don't teach you how to code. That's
What
all
do
your
they
own
actually
thing.
teach you then?
Yeah, like computer stuff, logic, how computers work. Introduction to computer theory.
But the only thing that actually you're going to use in your job.
Well, it depends what you're gonna do, innit?
Okay.
But my misconception of people that went to uni was everyone comes out being able to. Well, everyone that went to uni to study computer science comes out being able to code, and that's not the case. No. So I going back to the question.
Everyone's doing that, by the way, now.
Coding.
Everyone's either coding or going into cloud computing or going into something tech related.
But on that point, it's funny because I think you're only have you heard that thing where when you start involving yourself in a particular space, it feels like everyone's in that space.
Yeah.
I think it might be that. Like I don't know. What about the thing of if you never heard a word and you hear it for the first time,
okay,
and then you just keep hearing it?
Yeah.
It's because
you're like, let's say you want something and you keep seeing it.
Yeah.
You want to buy a car or something like that.
Exactly. Your mind's more aware of it. So maybe it's that.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But why do you think tech is appealing?
Tech. Don't know.
Because I think there's two reasons behind it.
Go on.
Money. Obviously.
Oh yeah.
And number two, flexibility, where you don't need to be present in the office all the time. Depending obviously on the role.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be present. There's a lot more flexibility of your time, a lot more flexibility. You've got this project to do it by this time. Do it however you want to do it, at the top of a mountain if you want. Get it done. That's it.
Yeah. You don't strike me as someone that would like to work from home.
I think I'm a hybrid type of person.
You like a bit of both?
I think going into the office every single day is unproductive, personally. Because...
In what sense? As in actual productivity of getting the work done?
Yeah. I think you'll be more productive. Why I say hybrid I think is the best is because you go between... Because everybody needs socialization to some sort, innit? If you're at home every single day and you're only seeing people over Zoom or whatnot, like we have the PTSD of like COVID, of not speaking to people. And for me, if someone like me, I can't do that. However, if I'm in the office too much as well, I end up speaking to my colleagues a lot more and building rapport and whatnot. And then that can be problematic as well because you end up not doing any of the work.
Have you ever had any tense encounters at work?
How?
I don't know, like someone's said something or pissed you off.
Yeah. I think it's impossible to say no to that.
But do you showcase it? How do you deal with stuff like that? How are you when you're
giving me a high risk question now. You're giving me a high risk question.
No, but how do you? It doesn't necessarily have to be about work, but generally speaking, how do you respond to situations where you're like, should I punch this guy in his mouth?
Yeah. If someone says something, I think, especially in like a work environment, I think the main thing is being responsive, number one. So if they do say something to you, internalize what they've said first in your head, then think about what you're about to say. You're either you could do one of two things: stay quiet or react. If you react, problems are going to come, regardless of what you do. Or you speak to them in a way in which is you sit them down, you calm them down. Then you're like, listen, I'm not going to lie, you violated.
Yeah, I was speaking, it's so interesting. Like, I was speaking, am I good? So is Zach.
Yeah.
Am I good, yeah?
Yeah.
Always. What was I going to say? Yeah, like on the point of convincing people, for example, if your dad wanted you to do something and you didn't want to do it, like let's say you're at your age and whatever.
Bloody hell, I've had that a lot.
Okay, so what approach do you think is best to get him on your side? Because from my perspective, as a guy, as a like father, not me, but just saying, they will always have this like alphaness over you. So like, let's say you had to convince him. Do you think the best way to go about it is to find common grounds? And not just your dad, but just generally speaking, when you want to like convince someone, how important do you think it is to find common grounds?
Empathy.
Yeah. Rather than just being like, this is the way.
This is the right way, this is the wrong way. I think that, it is empathy. But I think it's hard because especially with parents,
Mm.
rightfully so, they demand respect.
I love it.
Yeah, 100%. Rightfully
Love it.
so, especially like how we've been raised. Rightfully so, they demand respect, and there's
Yeah.
a way in which you get your point across.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, my dad said to me, "I want you to do the washing, for example, like the dishes." And let's say, like, I'm tired from work, whatever it is. This is hypothetical. Let's say I'm tired from work, or whatever. How can I say to my father, "I can't do this," if he's done so much for me,
Yeah.
even though I'm feeling a type of way?
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, our fathers, they provided for us when they went through the maddest of things.
Mm.
So, like, that, I think I know it's hard in the moment, but when you think about it properly, and you're like, how can I even ask you? How?
Mm.
If I go to you and say, "Oh, Dad, I can't do that, sorry."
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. No, I hear that, like, with the whole parent stuff. Like you said, like, sometimes in the moment it's like, it's not easy, but when you take a step back, yeah, you do start thinking, like, how can I do this? How can I do that? But I would say there are certain things where you kind of have to draw certain lines. Like, I've seen parents, like, I've seen parents basically have over involvement. I don't know if that's a word, in their, like, children's lives
Yeah.
to grown ages, which I think can be, like, quite detrimental as well.
Yeah.
So I think from that perspective, sometimes, I'm not saying, like, you have to be disrespectful and whatnot, but what I'm saying is sometimes when you grow up, you just have to, like, realize, okay, like, I can't keep on relying on this person, like my mom or my dad, to do X, Y, and Z for me.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to say keep listening, because you have to, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, you need to be your own person as well.
Are you the oldest?
Youngest.
You're the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Wait, yeah. I didn't
Why
know
does
that.
everyone say that?
I didn't
Everyone's
know
always
that.
like,
You don't have a very, like, youngest. Yeah, he didn't. No,
really?
No, he doesn't have that vibe. You don't have the youngest in the family vibe.
Do I give oldest vibes?
Yeah.
What vibes do I give Neymar?
Second or third.
Definitely not youngest. That's mad.
Yeah, no. I would have thought oldest.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters are so much older than me. My eldest sister, between her and the brother before me, so they had, like, this whole. There's 7. I have to think, because I'm always like, am I one? Anyway, my eldest sister, it was her. Then a year later, it was my other sister. A year later,
How old's the
other
oldest?
sister.
If you don't mind me asking.
She's 22 years older than I am. So she's.
Oh wow.
Bro, like, this is what I'm saying. I have nephews and
big.
nieces that
Yeah.
are like, oh, that's why I got the Power Rangers, innit?
That's mad.
But my eldest,
Yeah.
a year later, another one. Year later, 2 years.
Yeah.
There was 7. There was 6. Sorry. Then 11 years later, I came. So there's a big gap between me and the next in line. 11 years.
But that's crazy. But
No, I'm
that's
not.
mental.
No, I'm not.
But didn't you have it easier in terms of
Oh,
learning
bro.
learning the education system and whatnot? Like, you had help. Like, for example, myself.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Neymar, but myself, for example, I had to learn everything myself. Like, my parents didn't go through this education system. They didn't learn anything, and I was the guinea pig. Anything like my parents.
You're the eldest, right?
I'm the eldest, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was the guinea pig in the sense that anything that my parents wanted to instill in us came through me. For example, going to school for the first time. I had to imagine this, yeah. For me, going to school, just walking to school, I had to have a friend with me for the first 3 years. My mum, like, she didn't.
Oh, tell me about it, bro.
What do you mean? Tell me about it. You went through. You had like.
No, but when you said the whole thing about your mum was, like, protective,
Yeah.
bro. I'll get into that, but yeah, like, my mum was also very protective. I was gonna say something, but slipped my mind.
Cool. Anyway, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, for example, I was the guinea pig with everything.
See, I can imagine people in my family feeling how you have as well, because they're, like, the eldest in their family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I will say though, there's a lot of benefits being
Having
the
that.
youngest and having,
Yeah, of course.
not only the youngest, but having siblings that are so much older than you.
Yeah.
Like, it can be, bro, you just learn so much from them, man.
Life
Like,
experiences.
Yeah, like, my sisters. You know what? Yeah, having a lot of female family members, I think, has taught me a lot as well. Like, one thing I can say about my family is everyone is so giving, so empathetic. Like, to the point where sometimes I'm like, growing up, I'd think, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But it has this knock-on effect, innit? Like, you start to...
You're trying to say that's a feminine quality?
No, I'm not saying it's feminine quality, but when I started talking about my sisters, it came to mind. Then I was like, does this apply to my whole family? And I just think, yeah, like everyone is just so giving. I don't know how we got to this.
That is very good.
Yeah. But you know, on the point of like being the youngest or like having protective parents.
Mm-hmm.
So you can imagine, like for me, I was the youngest by a mile, innit?
Yeah.
So my mum was very protective of me. And that came with a lot of benefits, like a lot of benefits. But at the same time, it goes back to what I was saying before, where you can't have someone that's too overprotective for you for a long period of time, because it's like you can't do anything and you have to push boundaries at some points. And when you first push boundaries with protective parents, they're going to go nuts.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Why?
Literally, what are you
Like,
doing?
go crazy. But honestly, once you push boundaries and you're able to be free, they start looking at you differently. Like, they start respecting you more. Like, I think it's just important not to be overly looked after. I don't know. Does that even?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Every culture, every background, every ethnicity has different ways of parenting, and they just have different ways of life.
Yeah.
Which takes me on to my second point. And I need a prop for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe don't do that.
I was thinking, why has this guy got a ball here?
So hold this. Well, not hold this. Catch this. Hey, we have a World Cup ball.
Okay.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
What is this about?
You know what? I want your reaction. I actually want your reaction. Describe the ball for anyone that's listening to this on Spotify.
On Spotify. This is a very circular ball. Not that it should be any other shape.
Okay.
It's quite small. This is those balls that you play with in like year 4.
It's a size 1 ball.
Size 1 ball. See,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing that had
I think it's
sizes
size
and
1.
that. Is this the actual
This
design
is
that
the
they're going to
actual
use?
Al-Rihla
Damn.
Qatar World Cup 2022 World Cup ball.
Name our catch. See, Andrew Tate said if you throw it to a guy, he'll catch it.
Well, you quoted that one. He quoted that one. Guess how much that costs? Hold on, if he gets this right. Let's see.
What's that leave?
I don't think that's the case. Is that the case? It has the Adidas leaf.
How much does it cost?
Yeah, cool. That's the one question that I wanted to ask you.
How much it costs?
Yeah. If you get this right, I'll do a handstand.
Say wallahi.
Wallahi, I'll do a handstand right now on camera. I'll do a
Give me a
handstand.
clue.
No, I'm not giving you a clue. How much do you think this costs?
Bro, what the heck is that?
What?
Made
you look.
Made you stare. I would say, let's have a look at it. Can you give me regions? Like,
No.
At all?
No, because I don't want to do handstand.
Okay, can I have 3 guesses?
Yeah.
Okay. The first guess.
No. One guess. Sorry. One
Come
guess.
on, bro.
Definitely
Okay,
one guess.
two
Okay,
guesses.
Okay, go on.
The first guess is it costs £45.
No. If you help him, I'll eat you alive.
Was it more or less?
I'm not telling you that either.
Okay, 45 I think is a bit much for a small ball. Is it original?
Yes.
15?
No, it's $14.99. It's not 15.
Bro,
Yeah, I don't care.
Get on the table.
No
Bro,
chance.
get on the
No
table.
chance. No chance.
No, you're taking a piss.
It's $14.99.
Okay, so can I ask, why were you surprised?
No, I'm not doing it.
Handstand.
No. I'm not doing a handstand.
Bro, do you know what the weirdest thing is?
It's $14.99.
Did I bring this conversation up? You did it yourself.
No, but I said $14.99.
Why did you bring it up?
So what?
Why did you bring it up? Why did you bring it up?
Okay, anyway, let's carry on. So, let me tell you why I'm bringing that. Yeah, let me.
Guys, comment down below with if we get 3 likes, Bendif will do it in the next episode. Twice. No, one for this time.
Twice, do the handstand.
And then the other one for the 3 likes.
Cool. No worries. Oh, I put my hands up. Cool.
I've raised my hands up.
So this takes me, the reason why I wanted to bring this on, and I've had this for quite some time, and I was looking at something today, this week actually, and I was listening to it on a podcast, and I was just like, this is crazy. How you can think like this, I don't understand. But this is the perspective, and we like to look at people's perspectives. So, first question, should England fans change who they are to attend the World Cup in Qatar? And that rhymed.
Bet you planned that, innit?
Yeah.
Should they change who they are?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Should England fans
consciously not be themselves, kind of thing?
Should they change who they are in the sense that because they're going into a land that's completely different and they have to abide by certain rules and regulations and laws, should they basically follow those laws?
Well, you have to follow those laws.
Okay. Or what if they consciously don't want to do that?
I think it depends on what the thing is. Like, there's certain things, and this is like...
Shall I go through the laws for you?
Go on.
Cool.
Because I don't even know some
I'm going to go through the...
Or is it just like standard Arab laws everywhere?
No
alcohol, that kind of stuff.
For me and you, for example, it's going to be something very standard. We're used to it.
Yeah,
but for somebody from a completely different background, who sees life in a different way, they're going to see this to be problematic.
They set, like, they have a poster that has...
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. Is this poster going to be
everywhere?
so
this poster that I've got in front of me right now...
We're going to put it on the screen right about...
We should have it on the screen somewhere here.
Right there.
Neymar.
Yeah, if Neymar can be bothered. But these Qatari laws are as follows, okay? Don't look at them, let me speak, and then just listen. First one is, they reflect your respect to the religion and culture of Qatari people, and you need to avoid these specific behaviors, okay? Number 1, drinking alcohol. Now, the rule is, and I've read into this properly, the rule is you can drink alcohol in designated areas. These are hotels, like high-story hotels right at the top where it's VIP, or fan parks. Okay? So when
parks?
Fan parks. So every World Cup, they have like a designated area where people go and watch the games on big screens and whatnot, and fans can go and have fun. Cool. That's the first one. No homosexual activities allowed.
Okay.
Because that is the law of the country. Okay? Third one, immodesty. So dressing in an immodest fashion, because it's against the culture and the religion of the country. Do not dress immodestly in stadiums. Do not dress immodestly in public places. If you want to dress immodestly, like I said, in the same place, designated areas, no problem. Okay? Profanity. Don't swear, don't fight people, which is something that, especially English fans, we have issues with that.
Is swearing that deep? Like, bro, imagine like you're just watching a football game and you know how people are when they're watching it and it's like, oh man.
I think in the heat of the moment, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, let's say you walk past a market, for example, and there's young children there, and you're swearing, you're effing and blinding.
Have you seen England fans?
Yeah, have you seen England fans?
Yeah, no, I hear that. Okay, carry on. How many more?
Next one. It's going to be problematic if you do not respect places of worship, which I think personally is a given.
How do you, like...
How do you
disrespect places of
You'll
worship?
be very, very, very surprised, Yahya.
Okay.
How about that? You'll be very, very surprised. Gary Neville, an astounding footballer known for a variety of reasons for many years. I think I'm very iffy about him,
Okay.
But he spoke about this on, he did a documentary about Qatar, and he said that he had a worry about the call to prayer for the sunrise prayer maybe waking up the players. Okay.
Yeah.
So that could be problematic, or it could like make them embrace the culture. He didn't say religion, he said embrace the culture. Fair enough. We'll discuss that. It could make them embrace the culture.
What time is Fajr? Like,
it's at 4:30, 5 a.m.
As in when the World Cup starts?
Yeah, it is quite early, I believe. Then you have no to loud music or sounds. around public areas and whatnot. Just don't, basically, no public indecency.
Bro, wait, just sorry to cut you off, yeah? You know when you've been to like Arab countries like Dubai,
Yeah.
UAE and whatnot, I don't always hear the adhan. Do you?
I've never been to Dubai.
What Arab countries have you been to?
Egypt.
Did you always hear the adhan for Fajr?
Yeah.
Bro, in Saudi, sometimes I'd have to rely on my alarm.
It depends. No, I think it depends.
Maybe it's because I'm a heavy sleeper.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I am.
How did you not hear it?
I don't know, bro.
It's mad.
Even in Dubai, like,
Dubai, I don't
it's
know.
very faint. Like, it's
Yeah.
not speakers in every corner.
What country have you been to where it is loud?
Nothing stands out.
Is it?
Yeah. What about you?
Algeria for me, number one.
Mad- is it loud?
No matter where you go.
Loud.
Yeah, no matter. And like what Neymar said, in Morocco as well.
Hmm.
Maybe.
They have the speaker literally next to my auntie's house.
Yeah.
No way you're not waking up.
Yeah, that one is literally in your ears.
And
Is
it's not-
it?
It's not like a beautiful adhan. I mean, adhan is beautiful, but it's like a...
Dead thing.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna cut that part out.
Nah, if it's dead, it's dead.
Okay. Anyway.
There's no melody.
Them ones.
Yeah.
They'll work bar now.
Okay. The other ones now. There's two more. Yeah. No to dating publicly. What they mean by dating is public affection
Okay.
in public. Do we want to see that? They say no.
Okay.
Okay. Last one. This one I think is quite controversial. Taking people's pictures without their permission.
Mm.
What do you think?
Which one should we start
So
off
all
with?
of these, I can show it to you here, just so in case you want to reflect on it.
Which one should we start off with?
Whichever one you want.
The last one.
The last one, I
Last
think. The last one about taking
Taking.
Give me one keyword, just think of TikTok.
taking people's pictures without their permission.
Taking. Bro, it's so hard because the World Cup is the biggest stage like you can possibly think of.
Yeah.
Like, and people want to capture it. People want to
Yeah.
like remember it happens once every 4 years.
Yeah.
Shout out Bendif's boy.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to go up to people and like take pictures of them, like let's say there's a family,
Okay.
like, and they're just, I don't know, eating and
Okay.
whatever. I can understand like, yeah, going up to them, like putting the camera in their face and stuff like that. But if you're just like getting a general,
Okay.
Trumps, for example, if you went and did a video there, like a random, you
mm,
know how they stop people on the streets?
yeah.
I don't think he'd be able to do that.
Hmm.
No, I think
I
it's.
don't know.
I think it's from the sense that, let's say you're with your wife,
Yeah.
yeah, and you're eating in a restaurant, and
Yeah.
someone takes a picture from afar. How are you gonna feel?
Can't run. But it's like,
Do you see what I'm saying?
as in just me and my wife.
Let's say yeah, but for they do a person. Not saying otherwise.
Yeah.
How would you feel about that if they did that to a consecutive amount of couples, for example?
Yeah, it's
That's taking a
weird.
mick.
Why would anyone do that anyway?
I know.
though?
I'm just saying. I know it might not be something that you can think about it happening,
Yeah.
but
They're trying to control the media that comes out.
Oh, right.
That's it.
Mm.
Like if there's random YouTubers making YouTube videos there, that's not running.
basically,
Is the default that you have people's permissions? Like, unless
think-
someone
yeah.
objects, is the thing where okay?
no,
so
no, no. Here, especially here. Even,
Hey, I
even
swear you're.
Over here you can do what you like.
Hey, yeah. Unless someone objects, even if you object, sometimes.
In a public place.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
have you done any Leicester Square videos?
no, don't
Never.
ever do that. Don't ever say that again. Don't ever say that. Never done Leicester Square videos. No, but
People that do Leicester Square videos.
Yeah.
no. Leicester Square video. I have done one public experiment, but it was never a thing like. I'll have a thing like bait out a skit.
Yeah.
Never done them kind of things. I've
That's
done
a-
public like experiments
Yeah.
where like I'm wearing a thobe and I'll ask people to.
Yeah, you have done that.
That kind of
I
stuff.
remember seeing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. Interesting. Okay, public affection.
Public affection.
Do you see that to be problematic?
Do I see public affection? I don't like it, As
It's
in,
weird.
like, yeah, like
Time and place.
intimacy in any way.
Yeah.
Even if it's a thing of arguing, and I'd
Okay.
argue that arguing
Yeah.
is a form of intimacy.
Okay.
Because like, it's such a from my perspective, when I see a husband and a wife argue, in my mind it's like you like do that when no one's there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a private thing. Like I don't like seeing or hearing couples argue. I just feel awkward. I feel out of place.
Okay.
But anyway, why did I bring that up? Which point are we on?
The public affection, so dating.
Public affection. I don't know. Personally, I don't like it. As
Yeah.
in, but if it's like,
But now picture yourself.
it's hard.
Now you've spoken about it from your perspective, like you said. Now, now picture yourself now as an English fan going to the World Cup.
This is why I said it's hard, because we're like born and raised here. Yeah, like it's hard for us, I think, because there's certain cultures or like certain habits that we picked up
Okay.
just by being raised here. For us, there's some element of normality to it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying going like being affectionate to your like partners and whatnot is normal, but there's certain things, like for me, the first thing you said, like on swearing, I was like, bro, is it that deep? But then when you give more context, like you're swearing at people, and if you're swearing in a game and you get kicked out, I think that's a bit nuts.
No, not in the game. I'm just saying in public places where there's kids around.
Yeah, I understand that.
Elderly people around.
Yeah.
Lack of respect is something that if you don't have respect, the whole society is going to be destroyed.
What do you think about it?
The whole thing.
No, like public affection.
I'm completely against it. Completely against doing it in public.
Okay.
Time and place.
What about a little kiss on the cheek?
Nah.
Like just saying
Nah.
safe to your wife.
Nah.
Love.
Nah.
Safe.
Time and place. Even holding hands, I think.
It really,
Yeah. What about you?
bro. There's this thing with my nieces. Yeah, I have to bring my nieces in every in every flipping
Power
podcast.
Rangers.
He calls you Power Rangers, by the way. Like sometimes they'll just like hook hands with me.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I find it so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Same.
What?
Same.
You're married though.
No. Anyway. Yeah.
Do you not like it?
No, I don't like it.
It's so uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just me.
Why do you find it uncomfortable?
Do you know what I mean?
Neymar said that. Neymar.
It's just, I don't know, man. It feels very, you're in my space.
Okay. So you're conscious about other people looking at you?
I'll be honest, don't give a shit about that.
Is it?
I genuinely, that's one thing about me, like, I don't care.
Okay.
It's not about other people looking at me. It's just more like, move, man.
Yeah.
Allow it.
So you I think
Hold your own hands.
so you find it like a lot better if it's just like walking normally without.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't know about holding hands.
So with all of these,
Why? Oh, that's what Top G said, isn't it?
cool. So with all of these that you see here, yeah, I just screenshot it for the edit. So with all of these that you see here, do you agree with all of them?
What does homosexuality like mean in this context? Guys and
No,
holding hands. That's an Arab thing,
No.
though.
So what they've said, no, not about that. Not about that. Not about that.
No, I mean like Arab guys, they'll hold hands normally.
Yeah.
And walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you mean, like?
Well, it's not in that context. The context is no homosexual activity.
Who's gonna do like homosexual? What's a
in pub-
homosexual activity? Like who's gonna do that in public?
By the way, this one.
That's what you said though. It goes into PDA,
Yeah.
right? Just don't do it at all. If it's
They're not telling you.
Okay, Neymar, listen.
They're not telling you. That's it.
yeah, they're not saying you can't be homosexual. You just can't be affectionate in public.
Yeah.
And I think those two are the same.
So do you think that applies and that should be respected?
I think if you're going to someone's country,
Yeah.
you should follow their fundamental rules.
Cool.
It's not like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's certain things people have to understand that Qatar are also being more lenient about
100%.
for their guests. But at the same time, there's fundamental things that you shouldn't necessarily expect them to compromise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. No,
Do you not agree?
no, I agree. 100%. I agree.
Because you have to.
Because, for example, we come from immigrant backgrounds, right? Both of you. Both of me, you, and Neymar. All three of us come from immigrant backgrounds.
Yeah.
We come from completely different backgrounds, right?
Mhm.
Cool now. We have to respect the laws of the land here. We come from completely different backgrounds. There's certain things we agree with. So, for example, none of us celebrate Christmas. However, when Christmas is about, we don't impose our views on Christmas. No, what I'm saying is, okay, cool. Let me give you another example. For example, insurance.
I knew you were gonna say that.
And I was literally going to...
Yeah.
Insurance, for example.
Yeah.
Car insurance.
Yeah.
What we believe is we can't insure anything
Mm-hmm.
because we leave it in the hands of God.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's the law of the land, we follow the laws of the lands.
Mm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, you know, like with the whole thing about culture, it's so like I remember seeing a video. I remember seeing a video. Actually, forget that. I'm not gonna say that. What were we just talking about? Which point? You said you were gonna move on.
Yeah, I was going to move on to something else.
Okay,
No,
go for it.
It was within the same topic though.
Okay.
I want to read you a quote.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know your views. So this is from Alicia Kearns.
Alicia Keys.
Not Alicia Keys.
Oh.
No one. Not Alicia Keys. Not Alicia Keys. This is from Alicia Kearns. Okay. So I was listening to a podcast by the news agents this week, and I just headbutted the mic.
You listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah,
every
this
week.
one's called News Agents, which I really like. But this week there was a lot of controversial views.
Interesting.
And she's the new chair of the Foreign Affairs Select Committee. Okay.
Big words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard to understand that one as well. Okay. And she said, and I quote, "I spent a lot of my days during my time working for the civil service in the Middle East. Do I cover myself and dress slightly differently? Yes, I do, out of basic respect. Do I think you should compromise who you are? And then she goes on to say, I may have covered myself slightly on my body, but I wasn't outspoken. But I wasn't less outspoken. Be proud of who you are and stand strong." What do we think? That's her perspective on the matter.
Strike 9. Sorry, I did kind of doze off.
Okay, I'll repeat it again.
Repeat just the phrase again.
Okay, cool. So she said she spent a lot of her time working for, when she was working in the civil service in the Middle East.
Yeah.
She says she dresses a lot more modestly
Okay.
when she was out there.
Yeah.
However, she wasn't less outspoken in terms of
Her views?
Her views on, I'm guessing what she's saying here is women's rights
Yeah.
and anything else to do with that,
Yeah.
or just human rights in general.
Yeah.
I'm guessing even in terms of her culture and who she is, she
Mhm.
doesn't, like, she was still herself.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you think of that? She compares this, by the way, with the whole scenario that's happening in Qatar right now.
I don't have an opinion.
At all?
No.
Okay. Do you think it's right for her to dress more modestly because she's in the land? Or
It's respectful.
okay.
Yeah, like
Because the way she said it,
yeah.
she said it in a way in which she didn't feel forced. Like it wasn't as if you have to do that.
Yeah.
She did it because that was the norm of the land.
Yeah, like I said, like I think it's respectful. But honestly, I'm not gonna speak for the sake of speaking. Like I haven't got any other opinions.
Okay, so
What about
answering that myself personally, I think I agree with what she said
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
And if you want to be outspoken about what you believe, then so be it. 100%.
Yeah, like it's people
People learn from people.
Yeah, people learn from people, and you'd be surprised, man. Like you know, before it was this thing of like, oh, Saudi, you don't say this, don't say that, and maybe this created like a thing around the Muslim Arab world.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised, man. Like people are very open to having like discussions and stuff like that. Like, yeah,
Very interesting.
bro. And this is like the importance of traveling to different places.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went Pakistan in March. Never in my whole entire life would I ever imagine saying that. Like I remember I was in Lahore. I took out my camera. I was like, I'm in Lahore. I was like, what? Did I just say that? Why am I here in Pakistan? But the reason why I bring that up, and like the first time I went to Kenya, I was like, because I was just like, what the hell? I'm looking at shops, and like here, when you look at shops, you see the names of it, like there's lights and stuff. Bro, the shop names haven't got names.
Yeah.
You got people like sitting on top of it, and I'm like, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
But you learn a lot. And like, what's the point of traveling to another place if you're just going to
With a closed mind.
with a closed mind,
Yeah.
or you want to bring your culture. I'm not saying change yourself, but I'm just saying like embrace it, like see what it's
Evolve.
like. Yeah,
Evolve,
learn.
Interesting. Very interesting. So right at the beginning of that point, I did ask a question. Should England fans change who they are to attend the World Cup in Qatar? What do you think?
I don't think you should I don't think it's necessarily changing who you are. You're literally just observing like respects.
England fans on an individual level or the England fan collective?
England fans as
a collective, yeah. Like, I wouldn't say they should. I don't even think it's them changing who they are. It's just them being respectful.
When they go to France or when they go to any other country, England fans are renowned
Yeah,
for
so-
being a mess.
I don't know how you don't know this, by the way. Just in Russia, for
Okay.
example,
Yeah.
just in Russia in the last World Cup,
Yeah.
the amount.
Did I mazza?
Forget about that. Euros, the last Euros in the UK. Did you not hear about Wembley
Oh,
Stadium?
yeah,
Wembley
yeah,
Stadium in
yeah,
the final,
yeah,
what
yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
They broke into the stadium basically.
Yeah,
There were
yeah,
people sitting on seats that were ticketless.
Yeah.
Like it's known that English fans are the worst fans. Should they change who they are to go to Qatar? Like, I'm bearing in
I
mind.
think you should just be respectful, be yourself, and keep it moving.
And what was the other thing you said? Travel and you learn more.
Travel and learn more. Yeah.
You said the last point actually that you said you went to Pakistan. Was that on a vlog?
I did record it, and I did put it on.
Honestly,
Put one vlog.
Yeah.
No, one vlog is up. I posted it. I'm just so busy, man. Haven't got time.
What's
I
the
need to
second one?
hire someone to edit it.
Do you know what's so,
Neymar.
do you know what's funny actually?
Mm.
I actually wanted to ask you that question.
Mm.
Why did you stop YouTube?
Why?
Because
Did
you know
I
what?
stop
Last
YouTube?
week I think we got into it just a little bit,
Mm.
but now I want to know.
Why? First of all, I don't think I've stopped completely. Like, never doing that ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I have not posted, aside from that Pakistan vlog, in a long time. Do you know what it is? It's not just one thing. It's a few things. Like, one of it is just outgrowing the content.
What I remember the type of content, but I don't think I'm guessing everybody would know. What? Give some context regarding what content you used to make.
So the reason why I started YouTube, by the way, I will say one of the best things I did ever is do YouTube,
Okay.
because it's introduced me to so many people, like sick, amazing people, and through that, I've had so many amazing experiences. Like, if I was to travel, like, I'd put it on my story, and there's someone in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
like, I like watch your stuff, or someone in like flipping just anywhere. There's I'm not saying I'm international,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like you'll be surprised at how many people watch your stuff,
Yeah.
and they're always like willing to show you and tell you there's things that you wouldn't necessarily know about if you were just a tourist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like from that perspective, strike one. YouTube has been amazing to me.
Why stop it?
So going back to why, part of it was, like I said, outgrowing the content, in the sense where I felt like there were some points where I wasn't necessarily being myself.
Okay. Do you think you're being yourself now?
I think so. And I think a podcast is a good platform because people see you over like the span of loads of hours.
Yeah.
They pick up on mannerisms, stuff like that. I'm not just saying this, but one thing people said to me is like, you come across as genuine in your videos.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's true. But there was definitely points where I was like, yo, I kind of feel like I'm forcing A, B, C. Yeah. So that's one thing. And then it's like,
You used to make a lot of like never have I ever type videos.
not a lot.
I remember you did one.
I did a few, maybe two. Never have I ever.
I think I remember seeing one about things that I can get for free as an influencer.
Yeah, see that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I do it now. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I want to do videos that I'm proud of, And you'll
Mhm.
see like on my YouTube channel now, there's quite a few videos that I've taken off. But yeah, the reason why I even started YouTube in the first place was because I'm such a sentimental person. I want to do things with my nephews and my nieces and like my friends and watch it back 10 years later.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so, bro, and like when I went to America in 2019, one of the best trips of my life, we like still, me and my friends will like make a comment that we only know existed because it was captured on video.
Mm-hmm.
And it just changes the dynamic of your trip.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember. Yeah.
You were doing vlogging for a bit, right?
I
Yo, I'm not just saying this for saying this. Wallahi, like, I genuinely enjoyed your videos.
Thank you.
Honestly, it was so like, there was like a storytelling element. And it was for charity, right? You did like a...
I did, yeah. So I did quite a few for charity.
Yeah.
I've done one where I went to watch a football game for Algeria.
Was that the charity one?
No, this is it was
proper one.
Algeria. Yeah, that's another one.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you remember the charity games back in the
Yeah,
day?
charity games were sick, man.
Yeah, they were lit, man.
Yeah.
So that was the type of vlog. That was the type of vlogs that I done.
Yeah, like vlogs are fun and
Yeah.
like travel vlogs and stuff like that. But it just came to a point where I fell out of love with it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't go on for so long. And there's other reasons which like I probably won't mention. Not yet. We need
Okay.
to get closer to the family.
We need to
50th episode.
We need to warm up a bit.
Yeah, like other reasons where it's kind of beyond your control.
Mm-hmm.
But we're back. This is going to be on YouTube. Get me? So we're still here. We're
Good.
still here.
Very
Why did
good.
you stop? You did like 3 vlogs.
Why did I stop? I think I stopped because I wasn't seeing progress.
You were what?
I wasn't seeing progress.
Oh,
That's deep, innit?
That is deep.
I did quite
You
a
did
few.
3, bro.
No, I did quite a few. I think I did. There's some of them that are unlisted and private. No, not that far. But I didn't do enough to obviously see success. But because I think I was so engrossed in seeing success quickly.
Around you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm seeing other people who are around me doing
30k, 40k subs.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about myself, by the way.
Yeah, you're just like to yourself, like, what am I doing wrong? But
you
sometimes
know-
it's not even that.
Bro, I will say this, bro. You know now, everyone's a celebrity. TikTok, you put a video, I don't know what the algorithm does. It just boosts you, bro.
Yeah.
You wake up with like, I was going to say 10k, but 10k doesn't sound much anymore.
10k views on TikTok.
On TikTok,
Yeah, that's nothing.
that's
now.
dead.
Yeah.
Honestly. But like, bro, getting 10k on YouTube means so much more.
Yeah.
And bro, I know for like, I'm not discrediting people that are on TikTok that have big following because it's not easy, bro.
Mhm.
Like you have to be very consistent, and that in itself is hard work. But getting YouTube views is very hard compared to it. And I'm only saying that because you're saying you didn't see progress.
Yeah.
If you were on TikTok, I guarantee you'd see a lot more progress than YouTube. YouTube is a graft.
To be fair, yeah, I've seen a lot of people do well on TikTok. So many more people do well on TikTok and are doing content that I think I could have done. Especially if TikTok was around when I was really hyped about making content like for myself and whatnot.
Yeah.
I reckon like you said, because what it's done is basically propelled people to a large audience so quickly.
It's amazing. Though.
Yeah.
It's so sick, man. Like, I just wish YouTube start doing it. What, TikTok?
No,
I
it's actually,
swear. I'm trying to get my niece, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my niece to do cooking videos. But
TikTok's sick, man.
TikTok is amazing.
Find us on TikTok, by the way.
Really?
What is that?
Don't ask me. I have
Yeah, it's
Perspective.
literally just at Perspeqtive with a Q.
So, okay, yeah. No underscore?
No underscore for that one.
Link in the bio. Make sure to subscribe, like,
Everything will be
comment,
there.
and the whole
Everything.
shebang. How long have we been on for?
Yeah.
God damn.
We do need to wrap up quickly.
We're good because we're going to cut out like 4 minutes.
Yeah, quite a bit of it.
Yeah, we're good.
Fair enough. Okay. I want to ask you one more question because you know what it is, yeah? especially like we said right at the beginning, the first episode we didn't release, yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to show people much about who we are and whatnot.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, who even are you?
Why am I even thinking about this? Who am I? You know, I don't ever know how to answer these sorts of questions. Who am I?
Okay,
That's
so
some deep ass question.
have you ever been in talks with somebody and they've asked you who you are?
Who you are?
Yeah. What's the maddest question that you've got? Yeah. Who are you?
Are you saying what you got? Who are you? Bro, if I was to describe myself, I don't know how deep you intended this to be,
Nah, however.
but I'm very family orientated.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to think I'm very loyal.
She's not watching, by the way.
You're looking at me like I cheated.
Yeah, she's not watching, by the way.
You know, like as I was driving here, not today, maybe last week, I was thinking about the word. Okay, this is getting a bit too deep.
Yeah.
Ask me again.
Okay. No, carry on. I like where this is going.
You know, loyalty nowadays, yeah, it's like if you're looking for a spouse or whatever, obviously you look for loyalty. But
Is that the first thing you look for?
I mean, it's up there.
Is it?
What do you mean? Is it?
No. But I think that's a given, though.
This is what I was gonna say. Like, there's certain things that we consider, yeah, like loyalty, as you know, in the West, their
Yeah.
culture, loyalty is don't chat to other men. For us, is like that's a given.
Yeah.
But other aspects of loyalty is when I'm not around, like how are you, like speaking about me, or how are you letting? Do you know what I mean?
That's mad. You know, I never thought about that. Yeah, but I feel like that's childish.
What's childish?
Like,
No, not okay. Go on.
I feel like that's childish.
What's childish?
If you're with somebody, why are you going to negatively speak about that person to other people? That paints a picture about you more than the other person.
Yeah, we spoke about this. I think in the first one that didn't get released.
Yeah,
I
why?
think. Yeah. Anyway, who am I? The best way to describe myself, I love my family. Very family orientated, and honestly, like when I think about being successful and achieving things, I don't think of it as being able to spend on myself so I can live a luxury life. I think of it as being able to give to people around me so that I can see them happy.
Wow.
God
Wow.
damn.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm 23, and I beat Neymar at FIFA, and also one other thing, I host the Perspeqtive.
He gets that wrong as well.
Oh, sorry, I mean Perspeqtive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But what did you mean by that? Who are you? Who are you?
Who am I? For me to know, for you to find out.
Bloody hell, I felt like I'm in year 3.
Nah, seriously speaking, for myself, one thing I would say is I'm a very actually, I can't say the same thing as you, family orientated, because I don't think I'm as family orientated as you. I feel like you've taken that.
No, but
Yeah.
no, but
Because now, for
I have a
example,
big
I'll be honest with
family.
you. I will like genuinely. I'll be honest with you. I look up to you when it comes to that now. Genuinely, I wish, like I hope I can get to that level where I'm as close with either my immediate family or family in general as you are. Yeah.
I think it's not even a thing of like being close, and maybe it's different because I have a big family compared to you. But it's just like, bro, man, you know, when you do something for your mum or your dad, and you can feel like they're genuinely happy, like, or even just someone that in your family or your close friends, not even that, just someone random, and you just help them, bro, like that. I don't know,
It's
man.
a different feeling. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, is it genuinely?
Yeah, like you do a lot of charity work. Do you know what I mean?
Really? Nah, generally it's not for me. I literally fell into it. I'm actually not even joking. I fell into it. Charity work. I fell into it.
But okay, when you see like your efforts are materializing and you're seeing the impact of it,
Yeah.
like
Next level.
it's a different feeling.
Next
Do you know
level,
what I mean?
Next level. Even like I said previously, obviously
Yeah.
I'm on Monday. I'm flying to Kenya.
Yeah,
To
you'll like it.
is it?
Yeah.
You know we're flying to Nairobi. Have you been to Nairobi?
Yeah. You have to. I think you have to fly into Nairobi first, and then are you gonna take an? Where are you
No,
going?
Then apparently we're taking an Outlander Jeep or whatever it's called to Garissa. So it's a place on the border
I didn't even know
with
that.
Somalia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you snake.
I'll actually make a documentary.
I've been begging
Okay.
Zach to take me to these charity events, but
I'll make a documentary.
we move. Genuinely though, I
Yeah.
do want that to be part of my next travels.
We should, yeah. We should actually do that. Why don't we travel and do the pod somewhere?
Bendif, don't talk for the sake of talking. I've been telling you I need to do something like this.
Okay, you know what? Episode 2, and we're going to say we're going to do it at one point. We're not going to give a time, but we're going to do it at one point.
Cool.
We'll fly somewhere.
I need
And-
to do a charity trip, bro. I need to do it. Like
Okay.
I've done, and I'm grateful. Like I've traveled a lot. I've done the beach holidays. I've done the city holidays. I've done the meeting people holidays, family holidays, friends holidays, and now it's just a case of, bro, I just want a different thing, man.
Experience.
Yeah, charity.
Well, I'll definitely, when I come back, I'll definitely tell you about how it is, and I'll see how I can get you
Yeah, we'll
involved
have a
in it
whole
as
pod
well.
on it.
Cool. You know what? I'm actually going to put, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link to what I'm fundraising for right now.
What are you
It-
fundraising for? Tell him.
Fundraising for food parcels in Kenya. So what we'll be doing is providing the £100 food parcels for families of 5 for 1 month. And that food parcel for 1 month, yeah.
£100
£100
for a whole family for 1 month.
Yeah, and that family consists of 5 people. And what's included in that food pack is malnutrition kits. Like, for example,
That is crazy.
oil,
Yeah.
water,
Basic necessities,
food, basic
yeah.
necessities.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we're digging water wells. So like
That's
we're
amazing,
helping like a whole community. And actually genuinely,
Yeah.
like I've done various different projects, but never have I done delivering food.
Okay.
So to a certain degree, and I want to see it properly this time. So it's going to be a good experience. Hopefully.
That's sick. Vlog it.
I will be.
Good.
Cool. One last thing I was going to ask you just before we close this off here.
Oh, I'm just seeing it. That's a flipping gone.
What is the worst piece of self-help advice you've ever heard? Have you ever had advice somebody's given you and you're just like, please shut up? Or you tried it.
I
And
was gonna
yeah,
say that. Oh. Okay.
it's a good way to close it off. Nice little thought-provoking.
So for me, I had certain things that I was very passionate about growing up.
Okay.
And I don't want to say too much, but I think you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that I dedicated my time as like growing up, i.e.
Cool.
pre-podcast. And I was doing my A-levels at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And A-levels, like I was doing I was doing maths, economics, and English language, which we also mentioned in the first podcast. And you gave the same reaction, but we hadn't released it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, they
That's
were all right.
mental. You go Woodhouse?
I did, yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah, why? Woodhouse was sick.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on.
Do you know what it is though? Everyone's smart, but everyone's socially smart.
Oh my God. Now it's adding up. Now it's adding up. But you didn't live anywhere near there. You never used to live anywhere near there.
Anyway, let's not talk about where I live.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
It wasn't even, yeah. So like there were people around me, and after college, I'd go and I'd kind of put my studies aside and focus on this thing that I was passionate about. And there were people that were like, "Oh, don't do you can't mix this and that. Like focus on one thing, do this late." Bro, like if I had listened to them, I'd never achieve like what I wanted. And now it's like everyone's.
Wait,
I achieved both.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Mm.
Did you start creating content when you're doing your A-levels?
No.
Okay.
That wasn't even a thing. back
Okay,
then.
that's what I thought you were
But yeah,
referring
no.
to. Okay.
But yeah, I managed to do both, and wasn't necessarily easy, but
Mhm.
people respect it. The same man that were like, nah.
Don't do that. Yeah.
What's your message to them?
But you know what it is,
What's your message to the guy?
bro? I think people do it out of good intention though.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing where, bro, this guy tries to set me up or this person tries to set me up. But yeah, like it's out of good intention, and I think it comes down to the person, how determined you are. Because if you were some joke man and you prioritize one over the other, then you're a joke man. But I wasn't. I was serious about both.
I heard something the other day from Jordan Peterson, yeah.
Mm.
He was like, I encourage everyone from when you turn 18 to like your mid-20s or your late 20s to take on as much as possible
Mm.
and then start stripping down the stuff that you don't want
Mm.
or that you think you can't handle,
Yeah.
and then you figure out what your capabilities are,
Yeah.
and then you literally you'll succeed even more than you ever thought,
Yeah.
because now you know what you're capable of.
Mm.
So by the time you hit 30, 33, which is
You can double down on it.
prime age,
Yeah.
You know what you're good at.
mentally,
Yeah.
you know what you're good at, and you have a structure. Like
Yeah.
there's kids out there that are like literally mum's basement gaming,
Mm.
and they're 26, 27, and they haven't done anything else, not taking on any responsibilities.
Mm.
And when they come out of that, it's like
Yeah.
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 they're not gonna succeed.
Yeah. It's very.
But you have to take on as much responsibility, or he says you have to take on as much responsibility, and strip down, and now you have like a core bunch of things that you're good at, or you
Yeah.
can get better at,
Yeah.
that you can handle.
Yeah.
That's how you know what it is. Like, that's how you can grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you did that.
Yeah.
You know what?
You did two things at the same time that someone's telling you, like, you can't do
You
that.
can't do both. Yeah.
And I'm sure if you did something else alongside, you could have planned it as well.
Yeah. If I was.
What's the
Passion.
worst? No, I'm trying to
What's
answer
the worst advice you've got?
self-help advice that I've got.
Do you? Mm.
I know. And
What?
this is quite recent as well, actually.
How do you know it's bad advice if it was recent? Was it something that you could quantify?
Because I could quantify it because I'm on the other side now and I know how it feels. Literally.
Okay. Go on. Tell us.
I swear if you shock me, I'm going to be shocked.
Is it?
He's not going to shock me though.
Go on. What's the worst?
Don't get married.
Huh?
Yeah. Crazy, innit?
Oh, that's the worst advice.
Yeah.
I was thinking. I thought you meant.
I'm not saying to no.
Someone told you
Somebody
not to
told
get
me
Oh.
somebody told me don't get married.
Sorry, I thought we're talking about best advice.
Oh no, this is the
That's what I was like.
no, this is
married. Can you say the person's age?
he is
It's a he.
37, 38.
You don't know if it's bad advice. I'm joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Don't get married.
What was his reasoning?
From here
Is he like Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay.
So from what I believe he's trying to say is because obviously he's lived it and he has
Is he
kids.
still married?
Yeah, and he has kids.
Mm.
That's even a completely other topic. I've had so many different people say the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Before I was so adamant. I'm going to do it. I'm going
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to do it. But yeah, so from what he was saying to me was, you're gonna lose your youth years, experiment, things like that.
Did he say don't get married
have
early?
Don't get married early. Don't have
Mm.
kids young. And I'm thinking, so when do you want to have kids?
Has he? Okay. Yeah, he's got.
Want to have kids what when you're in your 40s, 50s, and but by the time you're 70, you're gonna see your kids like 10, 11. That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, how? Like this doesn't make any sense.
Imagine dealing with homework issues.
And-
at 70.
And the worst part is, because I think another thing that he tried to say, but I also understand it from a different perspective as well, is that if you do get married young and you're less established, you're going to find it difficult financially.
100%.
However, if you do grow when you have difficulties financially, and that grows not just your finances, that grows your mind as well,
Mm.
where you're able to go through that with another person.
Yeah.
Whereas let's say you're always going to have adversity.
Yeah.
In any period of your life, you're gonna have adversity. Whether you're young or old, you're gonna have adversity. With kids, with not, whatever it is. So if you go through that when you're older,
I think there's pros and cons of doing anything at any time. So getting married early, he said there's certain things that you miss out on, and this is something I've heard from people firsthand.
yeah,
But then getting married late, there's certain things that you miss out on. What you just said, growing, that growth thing for some people is very important. Because you might be at a stage where you're already established, and like growth is something that, you know, keeps happening. But yeah, like I said, there's pros and cons for everything.
You're growing, yeah, like, and the 20s are basically your growing ages, isn't it?
Mm.
So you're growing out who you are. Yeah. And then you see like your whole 20s, and you find you grow on your own.
Yeah.
And now
You're accustomed to that.
yeah.
Now you're 33, and you need to add another human into the equation.
It's different.
It
It's
makes it
difficult.
like
Yeah. You're more malleable now.
I could listen. Literally, I could talk about this for ages. I have a family member. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah. What's
I
his
have a
name?
family member. I'm not gonna say his name. I have a family member. Yeah. Didn't get married until he was 41. Because why? After he hit a certain age, so he was meant to get married at like 25, 26. He hit that threshold of 28, 29, and he just had PTSD of like, I don't want responsibility. After that, the minute you hit that stage where you don't want responsibility, you're going to find it very, very, very difficult to want responsibility after. That's why.
The solo life is easy.
Yeah. So literally.
It's a good point though, and this is something I've come to forcefully learn because of life circumstances. Take on responsibility, which is what you were saying, even if it makes you uncomfortable, because life's uncomfortable, and just like get comfortable with just
Being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I just didn't want to use that word one more time, but yeah, be comfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and yeah,
That's how we're going to end it.
that's how we are going to end it. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode.
Like you just warmed up.
Yeah. Literally. We speak for ages, but
Yeah.
it is very good.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for
That's
watching.
been that.
That has
Perspective.
been that.
Thank you very much for tuning in, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next week, take care of yourselves, spend time with your family, and we'll see you guys next week. I used to end my YouTube videos like that.
Bye-bye.